Well, the term avant-garde is an important term, and it's a term that has different meanings at different times. Obviously, in the art world, the avant-garde, it was a term that was used with very important value, perhaps in the 1950s and so on. But now, the so-called avant-garde in art is very often not the avant-garde at all. It's a French term, of course, and many things are said to be avant-garde which aren't. In cinema, it's slightly different. In cinema, avant-garde means, or is understood to mean, cinema that is perhaps ahead of its time in terms of construction and in terms of approach. And so a festival, that is the avant-garde festival, is actually showing work that is unique to some extent in the present time, and is interrogating the issue and the question of what cinema is now. It's ironic that in this age of digitalization, which should, and to some extent does, democratize many aspects of our lives, there is an increasing amnesia about what cinema and culture and politics and history is about, or has to offer us. So, because of the dominance of various media power blocks in the world, very little now, other than the mainstream pictures, ever get released. And mainstream really means, to a large extent, pictures that have very substantial marketing. Now, an archive like the archive here in Athens, or an archive, or the Cinematheque in Paris, or the National Film Theatre in London, offer a view into the history and development of cinema and to its potentials in the future that is omitted from general public viewing. So that is a very, very important role, because it's an attempt to strike against amnesia. Amnesia, we know, is a terrible condition in the modern world. We know it medically is a terrible condition, it's increasing. But it's also a terrible condition culturally. It's a terrible condition culturally. And I think if one's not careful, one can end up in a very bland world. So the archive, if you like, of the Cinematheque in some countries, is an extraordinarily important instrument of not only preservation, but a viewpoint on potential for the future. So I decided to make a film, Oki, because, for different reasons actually, but one primary reason was I and others on what might be called the left in Europe are very concerned about what has happened to Greece and to Portugal and now to Spain and now to Ireland and other countries. We are very concerned about what is happening. You could say, why are we concerned? Why should you be concerned? And the answer to that is because what is happening in Greece today is affecting and will affect the whole of Europe and eventually the whole of the world in the relationship between power blocks and elites, extraordinarily powerful elites, and people. And so I was very concerned about this. I am concerned about it politically. Now, as I observe these things, I also know Greece, and I know many people in Greece in different walks of life, some quite powerful, others very working and so on. And I felt that the preconceptions that were being addressed towards Greece were completely wrong and needed some sort of redress. That is, you can hear Greeks are lazy, Greeks are this, you can hear this rubbish, right? And I get very angry about it. And so I'm a filmmaker, that's what I do, and this is my cultural intervention. And so it was within my power, marginally within my power, to try to do something to redress that issue. And regress that issue actually as well, that's also important. Now, that's number one. So obviously I had a motivation. Now, I had a second motivation, which is I do think that the classics, the Greek classics, not just the Greek classics, there are others of course in the world, but the Greek classics particularly for me are very, very important. And amnesia is an amazing thing. People do not read. They don't even, half the time, unless they're scholars like yourself and other people, they have no idea that maybe these ideas were thought about at one time in the past. And as the great Thucydides said in his writings, and I quoted in the film, unless we understand what the dynamics of these things were, they will inevitably return in the future, human nature being what it is. And I felt that that needed a degree of articulation, and it needed a statement. And my power is within cinema, that's where my power is. So that is why the film Oki came about. Of course, the term Oki is the term of resistance. I'm well aware of that. I think that the history of Greece in the Second World War, for example, is extraordinary. I think that it has to be honoured, and it's been forgotten, another piece of amnesia. I think that Greece was extraordinarily heroic in its resistance to fascism, and I think that has to be acknowledged. So there are many substratas to why I would want to make this film. Well, look, this is a very big question, and it's what I faced all the time, okay? There's probably not an answer to this. There are probably lots of different answers to this. First of all, a director's job seems to me to be to assemble the best that you can assemble, technically, artistically, so on, and to listen to what the cinematographer, the editor, the composer, the actors say to you. But listening is one thing, and in the end somebody has to make a decision, and the decision is about what is the most advantageous choice, and this is where the director's responsibility comes in. So the director has to take responsibility for the choices they make within the construction of a motion picture. A director is not omnipotent. Without the substrata of crew and many things, not just crew, but people who drive for you, everything, the whole substratas of a motion picture. Every one of these things has to be taken into account and acknowledged. Now, when I studied painting and then cinema, and I studied and I shot my own films as a cinematographer, so I've done that. I've edited my own films as an editor. So I've acted in films as an actor, okay? And not just in films, on stage. And so I've done these roles, never magnificently, but adequately. Yeah? Now, so I have a knowledge of it. I don't have the best knowledge of it, but I have a knowledge of it. And so my role as a director is to make sure that when the cinematographer comes in, there is a field of operation for him or her to work in that can exceed my own knowledge. Yeah? I have a knowledge, but it has to be exceeded in that sense. With the actor, I don't want to do the performance, I want the actor to do the performance. But I have a knowledge of acting, and I know certain ways of going about these things, if you like, and of the kind of pacing and meter of the picture. In editing, yes, I know about construction. I don't necessarily know the digital programs, by the way. I know them in a basic way. I mean, I can get lost quite quickly. But the editors that I'm working with are people with very advanced knowledge in construction and in the technicalities of it. And this is very important, and I'm very grateful to them, actually. I owe great debts to these people. But of course, if you're going to say you're the director, you better take responsibility for what goes on, and that's where your prime position, if you like, lies.